Hello there, friends. This is Timmy with a little supplemental update. I normally don't like to put two of these in a row. First of all, I am working on a TF video, which should be finished in a couple of weeks. I had a disruption. Sometimes real life gets in the way. Even though this involves transference, and I'll get to that later, this is a little different than the other videos. It's more of a personal journal entry, so if this isn't your bag, feel free to skip out. It's all good. Every year, I drive halfway across the country to the place I originated. I have a very small family, just some cousins mostly, and those are the ones I visit. They made cameos in the last page of Summer Film, so you might have seen them, but you're probably most familiar with Judy, who I've transformed on this channel several times. Well, the family house has been a part of me since I was a year old. It's been around for 3 generations. There were 5 siblings living there, so it was like hanging out with the Bradys. The dad repaired cash registers, so he had access to a lot of restaurant-grade equipment. We played in this big basement that had a bar with an antique cash register and a fireplace and pool table. Had a jukebox, pinball machine, a play school room. There were horses out back and old cars we could play in and a little muddy pond with a dock and a fort on stilts we could spend the night in. I had sort of a turbulent childhood, so this place was always a constant in my life, a place where I could go and feel warm and welcome and be a part of all the loud shenanigans. It was always like being in the middle of a sitcom there. Even recently, it was my solace every year. Well, last month it had a devastating fire. So Judy's mother, one of her sisters who's bedridden, and her brother were asleep at the time. And fortunately, an off-duty fireman and his wife saw the flames and they broke in and got everybody up and out. So everybody's okay physically, thank God. They're just kind of still in shock and devastated. I was mostly just out to help this time. Judy's mother's an 83-year-old widow, and the place wasn't insured because people wouldn't insure it because the barn was falling in. The clincher is the garage is really the only room that burned. The rest of the house is intact except for smoke damage and where the fire department pulled the ceilings down. And the local government's demanded it be tore down, which will take her entire life savings. And they had other crazy demands. I think their motives are nefarious at best, and she deserves better. She's the nicest person I've ever known. Anyway, if you can put in a word to the big guy, it would be much appreciated. Her daughter put out a GoFundMe, and I posted a link to the pinned comments below. I'm not twisting any arms, just getting all the feelers out there. I just can't imagine what they're going through because it was a gut punch to me. It was the last piece of my childhood gone. And the hardest thing was leaving each room knowing I'd never see them again. I took a few keepsakes with me, a few things off the house, a slightly melted Apology None fridge magnet, and some very heavy stone lions. They actually changed the handling characteristics of my truck on the way back. But it did remind me I still plan on turning Tracy Trill into a gold lion statue one day. But lion statues are generally male, which would make it kind of weird. But it's part of like a gold elemental thing, so she'll become a lot of different things. I'm also making a 3D version of the house, and it will appear in future transformation videos as Judy's house, so when you see it, you'll know it. It gave her something fun to do and keep her mind off things, and she loves doing that stuff. So there's lots of vehicles on the list, many are cars. I love drawing cars, you know that. They have faces and personalities. But I also want to do something fun after they become cars, because what do cars do? They cruise, they race, they do stunts. Trucks can play in the mud and jump, and I'd like to explore that a little more. What do you think? But for right now, I'm working on a Tracy one. But next up is a Judy one, and I've had more requests for this than any other. And I don't want to spoil it right here, but hopefully I can do it justice. I'd like to also do some more Rob videos in the future because, as it turns out, he's pretty fun to transform, isn't he? Well, that's all I've got for right now. Take care, friends. Have a wonderful summer full of balloons and sunshine and laughter. And I will talk with you next time. God bless. Bye.